Welcome back, everybody. We have had some incredible guests here over these 3 days of coverage here at the Young Women's Leadership Summit. But I spotted a booth yesterday that really stood out, and it's because it was the biggest, I think. But it's an amazing company that a lot of you are familiar with, Patriot Mobile. So we just knew that we had to have some of those folks on the show. So the president of Patriot Mobile, Glenn Story, thank you so much for joining us. And also Lee Wamsgans. Got it. You're the VP of Government and Public Affairs, so we appreciate both of you joining us.
Well, thank you for having us. We love what you guys do, and it's a natural fit.
Well, we love what you do. So talk to us about, for our audience who, I don't think there are many people out there who aren't familiar with Patriot Mobile, but for those few people who aren't, explain to them all about your company and the motivation behind it.
Yeah, well, we started the business about 8 years ago, and we were purely political at one point in time. But in the last 3 or 4 years, we decided to put God first. We are America's only Christian conservative cell phone company, and we market to Christian conservatives. But what really differentiates us is we carve out a portion of our proceeds and donate back to conservative causes. And this year we've donated about $1 million year to date, and we'll do another 500,000 or 600,000, 700,000 to causes like Susan B. Anthony List, the premier Right to Life organization, Turning Point USA, and others. It's just amazing what we can do to help.
Yeah.
And it's all through a cell phone bill.
Incredible. And I've seen some growth metrics as far as Patriot Mobile, and you guys have grown by leaps and bounds. Lee, can you speak to that?
Absolutely. And I think it's part of being true to your mission.
Yeah.
And we are the real deal. We walk the walk. And not many companies today do that. We focus on 4 pillars: the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the sanctity of life, and we support our military and first responders.
I love that.
And our heart is in our work. All of our employees are true believers, and we work our hearts out because we just love this company and we love America.
Well, that's definitely our audience, so it is kind of a match made in heaven. But talk to us, there's also a PAC associated with Patriot Mobile. Lee, talk to us about that and some of the goals that you guys have for that PAC.
Absolutely. I'm going to make my attorneys happy and say this is a separate entity.
Yes.
And I am also
do the disclaimer.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm also the executive director of the PAC. Yeah. And we are starting in Texas. It's our first year. We just launched it in January. A few weeks ago, we just got involved, act on behalf of 11 candidates that we vetted. We know they're conservatives, Christians, the real deal. And we won 10 of those races, and 1 is in a runoff. Early voting starts on Monday for that. So we are really active on the ground and making a big difference.
I love that. And one of the ways that you are making a big difference is with school boards, which is a very hot topic right now. People are I think, paying more attention to school board proceedings and curriculum and things like that, especially since COVID. It was maybe the only silver lining of COVID was that parents found out what their kids were being taught. So talk to us about that aspect of this PAC.
Absolutely. The local elected officials are the farm team. I mean, Biden started as what we equate as a county commissioner. Our current congresswoman who just spoke here at Turning Point USA started in city council and then mayor. America needs to really vet and pay a lot more attention to local entities. In these 10 races that we won, we flipped 3 ISD school boards, and we now have not only the majority in those school boards, but we also have now the president of the school board, the vice president of the school board. So the leadership is now conservative. That was unheard of 10 years ago.
That's so great to hear. And Glenn, I want to get back to a little bit of like the tech side of things. For people who are with some of the major cell phone carriers, but they are really, I'll be honest, a lot of the major cell phone carriers, you look into some of their business dealings and who they support. And I'm sure there are a lot of people in our audience who are sick of that. And people have gotten to a place where they don't mind being inconvenienced because, let's face it, it is kind of inconvenient to switch carriers. Sometimes you got to change phones or numbers or whatever the case may be. So talk to our audience, if these are some of the people of our audience who want to move from their major carrier to Patriot Mobile because they want to support patriots like you guys, how do they go about doing that?
Yeah, it's really simple. You call 972-PATRIOT, and we have all Texas-based sales folks as well as member services. But the real beauty is when you call in, you will talk with somebody that lives here in the States. as far as switching carriers, it's very easy. We buy wholesale from the main carriers. We love them. They do a great job. We just present it in a different way. We are able to say, look, we're going to do the same thing. You keep your number. We'll do whatever you want. But you know that we're going to be donating to causes that align with your values.
Yeah.
And so that's really how we look at it. We are a mission-based company. The cell phone just happens to be the mechanism that
Right.
allows us to do what we want.
I
And
love that.
It's really, God has blessed this business where we've grown 100% year over year, and we continue to.
Yeah.
And we're just blessed.
That's amazing. As far as cell phone coverage, how is that comparable to other carriers?
We have coast to coast. We have international calling. Our folks travel internationally. They use their phones. It's really what you have today, other than we're a mission. We're just an
Yeah.
answer to what others do. And I will say this, we put Jesus Christ at the helm. We are merely stewards of his business. And I just love saying that because I believe it. We all believe it. I mean, we have our chief technology officer standing over here.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
have a Tuesday Bible study in our office that we invite folks to come in
I
from
love
the
that.
outside. And I think God just continues to bless us every
That's
day.
amazing. What's your background? What made you want to say, I'm going to start a cell phone company?
Maybe we shouldn't answer that. No, I've been in business intelligence my whole life, subscription revenue models, and that's what this is. It's a subscription revenue model where we try to sign up subscribers that align with our values. And so it's really
Fantastic.
the same thing.
Yeah.
I am a CPA. I've done accounting and finance for 30 years, so I understand business really well. And
Yeah.
I'm really understanding the mission too.
And Lee, how did you get involved with Patriot Mobile?
Actually, I've known the stories for many, many years. I've worked in politics for 34 years. Started when I was 12.
Right?
Yeah. But no, we've done a lot together. And about a year ago, actually, Glenn said, Lee, I think you're supposed to come to work for us. And I told my husband about the conversation, and he said, you need to pray about that because that sounds like that was a directive from above. And I will tell you, I have weekly God moments where I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing when God moves those chess pieces and we follow his lead, how the blessings just pile up?
Absolutely.
It's amazing. I do have to tell one story.
Sure.
We are hiring. We're looking for good Christian, conservative, right-wing guys that want to come make a difference.
And gals.
And gals. New York in me, I say guys or whatever. Y'all.
Yeah, just say y'all.
Anyway,
Covers it
so
all.
what's really kind of cool is Lee posted on one of her sites, 3,000 or 4,000 followers. Here's what we're doing. And this gal came in to interview, and I looked at her and I said, you just raised kids. You have teenagers. Why do you want to come work here? We work really hard.
Yeah.
Right? And 60-hour work weeks is pretty general. And she looked at me, and a tear welled up in her eyes, and she said, God called me. And I was like, okay, let's move on.
Can't fight that.
I was trying to persuade her to do something other than
Yeah,
what we're doing.
yeah.
I was like, okay.
But
And she
aren't
has been
mothers the best hires
Oh,
anyway?
my-
Yes.
I-
Yes.
what
They're
do I
used to
nickname
working
her?
hard.
Yes.
They're used to working
Yes.
hard. They're committed.
Keeping ducks in a row,
Yes.
putting out fires all over
right.
the place. Mothers are the ideal candidate for any job, I'm
That's
pretty
right.
sure.
Absolutely.
She could do any job. What's my nickname for her? Full throttle.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it.
That's all she knows. When she walks
One
down the
speed.
hallway, her hair's your length. When she walks down the hallway, the hair
Flying
is behind her.
I love
I'm
it.
just like, dude, you epitomize why you're here.
Yeah. Well, Lee Wamsgans, thank you so much. And Glenn Story,
Yes.
both
Thank
with
you.
Patriot Mobile. Everybody go check out their company. Tell them the website again.
www.patriotmobile.com.
And the phone number?
972-PATRIOT.
And PatriotMobileAction.com, separate
it.
entity. Check us out.
Go support them, either the cell phone company or the pack itself. Thank you both so much for being with us.
Thank
Thank you.
And we've got a video of Charlie Kirk. This was him on day one a couple days ago. Gosh, time has flown by. Enjoy.